Hi, good evening, everybody. The boys are back in action. They're in Edmonton. The big one has arrived. This is the make or break, I think, of this whole trip. I think we'll win in Calgary. Let's look at it coming up. Needless to say, we got to win both games. Guys, I'm behind schedule. Sorry, I just got in. There's things I was doing. And I also have this real Beanie Baby addiction, guys. It's a long story. Just, you don't want to know, but I thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, we got to discuss this game because right now, as it stands, we're sliding. And if we want to at least kind of stay on the seesaw without falling off right away, we got to hang around and just hope that the last stretch of the season, we get some luck. I think it can happen. I do believe it can happen. But I do believe the next two games, even though if you remember that video I made and Inside the Numbers, I got the Sabres losing tonight and winning next game, I'd like to win both. I would like to win both so we can come home on some kind of a roll. Okay, now in the standings, guys, Sabres, their last 10 games are 5-4-1. Sounds like our whole season, doesn't it? 5-4-1. On the road, they're 16-15-4. The Oilers, their last 10 games are 7-1-2. One regulation loss in their last 10 games. They won their last outing. They're plus 47. Their goals for and against. And at home, they're 22-8-3. My goodness, did they turn their season around when they made a coaching change. Proof right there, guys. Once they made a coaching change, this team took off. And I believe that could have happened to us this year. I really do. I really, really do. Sabres goals for and against, just a plus 2, 209 and 207, but at least we're in the plus now. We've been in the minus all year to just the last week or so, bouncing around. So in this game, it'll be UPL. Unless something drastic has happened, I don't know, but it'll be UPL. I would be looking for something, some kind of a wake-up call for Dylan Cousins. And even Tage, guys, even Tage. If we're not going to have a hot Tage Thompson, a hot Dylan Cousins down this stretch run, I don't think this team's going to last, even right to the end this time around. Although last year, we lasted to game 80. I did double check that. We lasted to game 80. I want to see mathematically where we last this time around. It'd be a miracle, guys, if we got in. I do know that. But at the same time, we can't toss in the towel just because we've given up, some of us. Just can't toss in the towel. There's just no way. We suffered all year just to give up. I mean, So I'm just hoping that they get on a run. And like last year and the year before, just get on a run late in the year and see what happens. See if anything. See what the team's made of. See if they have the desire to not surrender. This is what I want to see with this team. Now they've had a rest, and now they're in Edmonton. So they've had a rest at least. They got to rest yesterday. And I think that's going to really be important, playing a team like Edmonton that can skate like the wind when they want to, this team. So today is the big one, guys. I would say out of all these games, Vancouver might be the hottest team. But if you're going to look at the most talented team we're probably going to run into, it probably will be this Edmonton team. This Edmonton team has the superstars on it. The Canucks do also, but not like this team. They're not as deep as this team and up front, But we historically have done pretty good against McDavid in his career. We've done pretty good against him. I mean, I don't know all the stats and everything, but it seems like every time we play them, we do pretty damn good with McDavid. So we'll see if we can shut him down today. Not an easy task. I'm wondering who they'll put on him. History says Dylan Cousins worked out pretty damn good a few times. So, we need Cousins to wake up, and he just might not this year, guys. It just might be an entirely bad season, and it's frustrating to watch him out there. He seems lost defensively. It doesn't make sense. If I didn't know better, I'd tell you the guy has issues with drugs and alcohol. What's going on? That's how he looks out there. He looks like there's outside issues interfering in his hockey. That's how it looks. I don't think that's what's happening, but that's how it looks. So maybe something's going on in his personal life, something, there's just something going on in his head. He doesn't seem right this year. So I it's not to take shots at Cousins. I think the guy is a keeper for sure. I think we overpaid a little on the contract too early. I know some of you thought that was a good contract. I was kind of hoping he'd go for a little less, to be honest. I thought we should have paid him a little less. But if we want to lock in our core, we want to lock in our core. I think we could have went like 6.25, 6.5, would have been more fair. But hey, it's not the end of the world. It's a bit more for them, a lot more for you and I, but it's, a bit more for these guys. And they want to feel like that big number, the 50 million or whatever it is, they accomplished it in their contract, whatever, So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I want to make this a short video because I'm behind schedule. I'm excited about the game. I'm expecting the Sabres to fight right all the way in this one too. We've been not getting destroyed in games, except maybe Detroit. I didn't like the way they manhandled us. That was a little too damn easy. But I expect them to put up a fight in Edmonton tonight. We'll see what happens. That's all we can do, guys. Fight, see what happens if we live another day. And let's hope that the out-of-town scoreboard's fair to us today, guys. I'll go over that quickly and we'll wrap this up. The out-of-town games, okay, tonight. It's a very interesting one in Detroit. Islanders at Detroit, that's huge. The only thing that we want as Sabres fans, I would say, no 3-point game. We don't want both teams getting points. Okay, so the Rangers are at Boston. That doesn't really affect us. The Flyers at Carolina. We got to keep our eye on the Flyers too. They could fall. They're hanging around though. They're playing 500 hockey. I've been talking about them for a month and they've been 500, so they're hanging around. Winnipeg at Jersey. Jersey's in tough tonight. St. Louis, Ottawa. Ottawa's out. Nashville at Florida. Doesn't really affect us. Buffalo at Edmonton, of course. Chicago at Anaheim. Montreal at Vancouver. Doesn't affect us. Seattle at Vegas doesn't affect us. Tampa Bay, we'll keep an eye on in San Jose and hope that Tampa loses. So really the big one, guys, the two big ones, I would say, are the Philly game and the Islanders and Detroit game, because we're trying to catch all three of those teams, and we could still catch those teams. We could still catch them. We'll see what happens tonight. If the Sabres can win and one of these teams loses outright, and the other team just wins, we're not going to catch ground on either the Islanders or Detroit tonight, no matter what we do. But we could catch ground on one of them if they lose in regulation, and of course if we win. So guys, done. I'll try to be on in the post game. If it's too late, I might not. Depends. See you tonight.